Hey everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of Signed by Bassjackers. Today we're going to dig in our project together with Moti, Helter Skelter. There are some topics I want to discuss, and I'll get to that later. I think they're really important for producing big room and other dance genres. First, I want to show you samples that I collected for you guys. Claps. Yes, come on, computer. Okay. Once again, claps, kicks. It's not going as fast as I like. They're all key labeled, and also I gotta explain. Like a vies is actually G sharp. But yeah, it's a Dutch way of saying things. And also some snares. You can check them out on our artist platform at artistcoaching.nl and then /academy. And me and Jay Artway, we do every month we do a video and we explain some stuff and do some giveaways from project, master chains, and like this example, samples. Well, let's dig in the project right now. The first thing I wanted to discuss is when I get demos, usually the builds are really simple. They just go more or less like this. Not like that. That's a triplet actually. This song is in triplet, but it goes like, okay, let me explain it a little bit easier. Then it just doubles up the tempo and then it doubles up again right here. Okay, and then usually you get a sound like this before the drop, like tick, 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 boom. It's usually, for me, that's too simple. You can do it from time to time, but like 90 to 95% of all demos have that same exact structure. So what I like about this new track, Helter Skelter, is that we come from a vocal and then we build up and then something different happens. We have the melody introduced in a different synth for the first 4 bars, and then we have 4 bars of like a real build, and it does it in triplet because the song is in triplets. I like to keep it in triplet as much as you can. Also, I noticed the same build-up of doubling up when you do triplets. Well, that's not a triplet theme. You can do it. It's not a problem all the time, but yeah, try to make it a little bit exciting. Let's have a first listen. Okay, so that's it. Yeah, you noticed a few things. Like here, this is always cool for a build. And you have the manipulator right here, and then you change up the formant, which you see happening right there. Skelter, spiraling round, all the way up and all the way down. So let's get that right here. You see me automating the formant. Let's replay it. Helter skelter, spiraling round, all the way up and all the way down. And it actually emphasis what the vocalist is saying, because the format starts lower and then it goes all the way up and all the way down. And you see it right here, all the way up and then all the way down. I think it's a cool trick also to just make your vocals a little bit more exciting as well. And it's a cool trick for a build. Right here, we first drop into the melody, and we do it with a simple synth from Serum, and it goes like this. Let's do it like this. Okay, so let me explain what I'm doing there. So you hear it. It's a little nice saw that you get over there. What do I do when we get to the 5th bar? I open up the chorus, which makes it more diffuse. In the build, there's so much happening. It doesn't have to sound as sharp, so you can really notice it right here. It gets more stereo, and also, of course, the reverb is helping a lot. I'm also automating that. Let's have a look. And yeah, it actually, I really like it. The thing is, normally, yeah, people start building the first the 8 bars before the drop. I actually like that right here the melody is introduced in a different synth, and it makes sense. And also you have the vocal here. Okay, Ralph, come on. You have the vocal here. Let's start here.
Helter skelter, spiraling round, all the way up and all the way down. Helter skelter, spiraling round, all the way up and all the way down.
It all just fits. There's a lot happening. You have here the vocal, then you have a build of 4 bars here, then you have another 4 bars of the melody, and then you get another 4 bars. If you would all just extend it to an 8 bar build, and right after the vocal, let's say here, yeah, it gets a little bit more boring. I'm not saying it's wrong, but yeah, I'm usually not surprised by most of the demos I get. They have this really standard arranging style, and I think you can make a lot of difference. I mean, all the stuff, all the elements, all the 4 bars here. I mean, this is only one synth. It's a simple preset from the Cashmere pack even, and still you can make it really cool and different, but with just the arrangement only. You know, you don't even have to go into deep designing or whatever, but be a little bit smart about all these elements you can take. People don't use arrangements to make the track really exciting. They usually go into depth with the sounds or the mixing or all the stuff, but simple things as arrangements, they can make your track really exciting and really surprising as well, because that's a key element as well. You want to surprise the person that's listening. I think you can do it this way. Then we have a surpriser here. I'm not going into depth of death. And yeah, all the things here are actually really basic. You can hear a lot of elements. And then you have these ones. And it's all pretty much standard. A sweep from the Cashmere pack. Obviously, I use a lot of stuff he does. I really like him as a sample creator. And with the formant used, and then the whole build structure, I think it actually just drops really hard. And
Helter skelter, spiraling round, all the way up and all the way down.
brings us to the drop. And again, here I've showed this a lot of times. When you do the kick tonal change, you just take the tail and you change that. You can see me change it here. This is number 2, number 3. You can hear it as well. And always use the same punch, because it's weird when you change the tone of the whole kick, the punch also changes, and that's what makes it weird. And the punches, it's so, actually it's a bit hollow. It sounds weirdly bad on its own, but in the whole mix, or when you add the tail, it actually is really cool. And you have these things on top of them, which makes it more chic. It's not only that kick. So whenever you're making a track and you focus too much on the certain elements alone, you can get lost in there as well. And it has to sound as a whole. So consider the whole thing always. Well, it has leads, it has swooshes, it has claps, and that's how it needs to sound good. And then we get to the lead. Leads are always hard. I actually did a funny thing here. This is from my own sample pack. I made some leads. I'm gonna distribute them later on this year, and I just yeah, I just tried it out how it works, and it actually works really good. So they form half of my lead layers. They are just simple sounds. This is soft layer, and then you can hear how it sounds. So don't get me wrong, they don't form the whole layer. They are part of a layer. They are 50%, and then we have these ones as well. It's a spire. And the wizard plug, it actually doesn't sound like wizard at all. So J Hardway, sorry dude. I like wizard though, and yeah, I get why I called it the wizard plug. That's from Silent, actually lead percussion. It's all presets. I work with a lot of presets. This in it though. I started here myself, tweaking, not too much. It's still a simple saw sound. The distortion makes it sound really fat. And yeah, I also have this one as a counter melody. I'll get to that well, let's just get to that right away. You can see me here playing a counter melody with some of the layers, and it adds up to make it like this. And this one, let's solo it out. Yeah, it sounds different from all the other leads. It needs it as well. It's for the 7 and 8 bar. You always try to do something, or either the 4th bar or the 8 bar, or maybe the 7 bar. If you consider, it's always like a 4. How do you say it in English? A 4/4 beat structure. I don't know. If you consider these as 4 bars, then do something cool here. If you consider these as your 4/4 beat structure, I hope you get me. I'm not sure how to say it. Then you can do something cool here. And if you consider this the whole 8 bars, then this is always also a 4th. The thing I'm trying to say is you always have the 4th structure, you know. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then do something here. And it's always also, come on, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then do something cool here. or mix it up, and that's just a structural thing to consider. The leads, they have their own thing going on. I have them right here. They all go to lead total. Here I used a manipulator. It's for automation purposes. I'm not sure I actually used it. I don't think so. Sausage fattener, I love that thing. And just some EQing, do it all to taste. If you hear a certain part or EQ highs missing or lows too much, and just dip them and try it out. How I always do it, I just start using this and just listen what it all does. And if I think, this sounds bad, I just dip it, and you can make it as sharp and weird as you do. I do this with the scroll button of my mouse. Let's turn it off, or else it will sound weird. Yeah, you can see me do the same thing here. I even used a sound goodizer. Actually, not sure what it does, but sometimes when I'm missing something, I just try it out, and if it sounds good, it is good. You don't have to explain everything yourself. I went into layering another episode already. If you play these all, you can especially hear the EQing. It's just I mean, here I just want to have that sharpness, so I EQ in that sharpness, or EQ out the notes that I don't need, because the notes that I don't need from this one, they are probably filled by this by that synth. And you can notice here this one is warmed, whereas this one, it has that sharpness, actually something metallics and cold. So they all, that's obviously to make it have some attack. They all have those different elements, and then they go into this, and this is also a cool thing I did right here. I put on the P controller, try out all these settings to know what it does, and the best way to get familiar with a certain plugin is just to try all those knobs and see what they do. What it does here is you can see it being linked to two verb channels.